What's up, everybody? This is the preview for the San Francisco 49ers versus the New Orleans Saints Week 2. Let's get into it. What's up, everybody? Just going to have a quick little preview of the 49ers Week 2 travel to New Orleans. It's a big game for the 49ers in the sense that they'll be without their quarterback in Brock Purdy. The 49ers are going to have to find a way to win with Mac Jones. The question is can the 49ers find a way to win this game without their starting QB? There's also some other missing parts. George Kittle will not play. Jauan Jennings is a maybe. We'll see if he can end up suiting up or not. But the notable one is Brock Purdy and George Kittle. Mac Jones is in to fill that spot. Can Mac Jones do the job? If you ask me, Mac Jones is probably one of the better backup quarterbacks in the league. You probably wouldn't ask for someone better, really, in terms of a backup. Now, can he get the job done? The thing that concerns me most, because when I think of last week in Seattle, the biggest thing is that I felt like Brock Purdy didn't really throw very many balls on time as the game went on. It was where he had to create with his legs, buy time to assist that O-line that was struggling. But more importantly, without George Kittle down the field, it seemed like the Seahawks decided to play a lot of man coverage, and it worked because the weapons were slim. Now, the 49ers brought in Kendrick Bourne to kind of help out with that situation there. I do expect the Saints to come in with a similar game plan. I expect them to play some man coverage, and I really believe that they're going to shut it down. If the 49ers do not dial it up, we're going to need to see Kyle Shanahan do what Kyle Shanahan has done in the past. Now, as of last year, Kyle Shanahan's game plans were not nearly as exotic. He really leaned on Brock Purdy, and last year wasn't Brock Purdy's best year. So coming into this game with Mac Jones at the helm, I think he really needs to focus on dialing it up and making things more simplistic. Instead of the 5-step and the 7-step drops, I think he really needs to focus on more making it a simple read where it's either a play action and it's designed to go somewhere, or, just a quick read where it's a one-look option. And it doesn't necessarily mean that he can't progress through his progressions, but the play should be designed so well that the look is there, I guess is the best way to put it. So that's something that's going to be exciting to see. To see if we get the old kind of calls that Shanahan would come up with, and if he can dial it up and make things easy for Mac Jones. I do expect a big game out of CMC. I hope we don't have to overuse him, but all likelihood we probably will, because there's going to be the 49ers are going to be forced to lean on CMC in all actuality. I know Pearsall looked great last week, but I was at the game, and one thing I noticed is even when we completed to Pearsall outside maybe one or two throws, it was tight coverage. And Pearsall did a great job of coming down with those balls, especially the late one. I would say he got separation there. But for the most part, the Seahawks did a good job of keeping things tough for Brock Purdy to complete. That's probably why you've seen Brock Purdy running around and really not looking like Brock Purdy, in my opinion. Sure, he can do that, but it's not what he prefers to do every play. So, yeah, I mean, we're going to need to lean on Pearsall, but don't kid yourself. This is going to be a CMC game, and hopefully Kendrick Bourne can be, a part in this game. I don't know what he's going to be able to do in 1 week. I know he is familiar with the system, so hopefully he can fit in. And then you're going to hope Jauan Jennings can start. But regardless, the offensive line is still a problem. The 49ers are not going to be able to block and give Mac Jones the time he needs. And Mac Jones is not a guy that's going to be able to buy time with his legs and create. So the 49ers are going to need to do their job on the offensive line and, possibly give him a little bit more time than we suspect. I would not suspect the 49ers able to block the Saints off the D-line. I expect a tough game for that O-line in that situation where in New Orleans stadiums, again, another loud stadium like Seattle. So the defensive line is going to get that jump and that advantage of being able to time the snap. So, yeah, I mean, I'm a little excited really to see how Kyle Shanahan reacts to this situation. Obviously, Mac Jones gets a great opportunity here. On the defensive side of the ball, One thing I noticed last week, Robert Saleh showed one 6-man front. Outside of that, we were a 4-man front with no disguise throughout the whole entire game. And the only thing I could come up with why the 49ers would play so vanilla was the fact that he was playing Sam Darnold. I think the game plan was really simple. Keep it in front of us. Don't give up anything big. Let him beat us. And it worked, 13 points. And even the touchdown that they got was a PI call that probably shouldn't have got called. So the game plan worked in the sense that the points were 13 and should maybe even been less. And, Bosa comes up with a big play there at the end to win the game. But I thought Robert Saleh was pretty vanilla. And I'm expecting something similar with Rattler at the helm. I think the 49ers are going to play a very similar defense. It's not going to be anything crazy. We're not going to show any crazy fronts. We're not going to bring very much pressure. It's going to be your simple cover 1, cover 3. Maybe seen a couple Palms coverage calls, not as many as you would suspect. Then again, when you're playing Sam Darnold, there really is no he's not the guy that's going to try to stretch the field. Sam Darnold will take what you give him, and that's why Sam Darnold ended up with 13 points. Now he's playing a similar type situation. Sure, Rattler's not as good as Sam Darnold, but Rattler's got some weapons. Olave is a weapon. I like the tight end in Juwan Johnson. Shaheed is a weapon. And then you still have the never-aging Kamara, who's, in my opinion, is still an elite back in this league. So I think the biggest thing is don't screw up on defense and give them something free. Similar game plan as last week. I hope as the season goes on and we start to play some better quarterbacks and some better competition, the 49ers start to show some stuff, that Robert Saleh promised. And when he came on in training camp, they were showing a lot of stuff that I was pretty excited about. So I'm hoping the defense gets more exotic as it goes, but I fully understand if we come into this game with the same game plan, not to screw up, keep it in front of us, nothing too crazy on the back end, definitely nothing crazy in the front 7. Let Fred Warner fly around. D Winters, wow. D Winters in the coverage in the pass game is absolutely phenomenal. The 49ers, I'm sure they knew what to expect from last year because he did flash a little bit when he was in there, those few opportunities he got. But now he's in there full time and he's doing his thing. I hope Nick Martin dresses. I hope Nick Martin is back. He didn't get to dress week 1. I would love to see him come in as the third backer, like in the 4-3 situations when there's a fullback on the field. But we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Anyway, I just wanted to do a little quick video just to see, just to put it out there, what I expected the 49ers offense to look like and what the 49ers defense to look like. For a prediction in this game, I think the 49ers will pull off a win in a very similar fashion as last week, something like 17-13, 20-10. It's not going to be high scoring. 49ers are going to need to do a good job on defense, and on offense, just take what they give you and hopefully rely on CMC a little bit more. And let's hope it's not too much where we put them in harm's way and come out of New Orleans with a win, and 2-0 sounds pretty good to me. So that's it for today. Just wanted to throw that out there, a little preview for tomorrow's game, and we'll have a show after the game. Till next time, take it easy.